Hello, my name is Robbyn Anderson. I am a PMP and I am going to help you with what you need to know to pass the PMP exam in 2021. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk about the 49 processes and how they cross over to the 2021 exam. Now, for those of you who started studying for the exam prior to 2021, you may be aware that the exam domains have changed. Your exam domains are now people, process, and business environment. In December 2020, those exam domains were different. It was initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. In order to map these domains back and those 49 processes to the current exam, I want you to do me a favor and I want you to think of everything as a number. So I want you to think of initiating as number 1, planning as number 2, executing as number 3, monitoring and controlling as number 4, and 5 as closing. Now, there's a few things you're going to need. The thing that you need to do this crossover is you have to have a copy of the 2020 PMP exam content crossover map. That's key. You may also want to get yourself a copy of the PMP Project Management Professional Examination Content Outline dated January 2021. Now, the only real purpose of getting yourself a copy of this document is it just makes the task that the situational questions on your PMP exam will be based on a little easier to read. So that's the biggest purpose of getting yourself the January 2021 copy. You really need, though, that crossover map. And the other thing that you will need to have is the Project Management Professional Examination Content Outline dated June 2015. I know that sounds like a long time ago, but this is the document that was used for the December 2020 exam. All right, so let's take a look at this crossover map. Now, there's a lot going on in this page, so let's start over here with the left-hand side. In this case, our domain is people. I'm going to scroll over here a little bit more, and you are going to see, there we go, that we have a task number. The task number is letting you know with the exam content what types of situational questions you're going to see on the exam. Let's take this a little bit further. Notice that we also have a task. And in this case, the task is going to be manage conflict. Now, you may be able to relate that back to the 49 processes, and that is great, but let's take it just one step further. Next to that, we have an enabler number, and then we have the enabler. So our domain is people, our task is manage conflict, and our enabler is interpret the source and stage of the conflict. And then over here on the right-hand side, you're going to see a 3.1, and that is the task it was on the 2021 exam. So if we think of those domains as being a number, 3 is executing. So this was something that was in resources for executing. That's how you can go back, take a look at that video, and get the information you need. Okay, so let's take another example of this. I'm just going to come over here to our 2020 exam, and let's just take a look at task 3 of the 2020 exam. Perform stakeholder analysis using appropriate tools and techniques in order to align expectations and gain support for the project. Well, let's take a look at our 2021 exam and see how this maps over. Well, here we have it right here, okay? 1.3, that means initiating, okay? Task 3, and it's described as determine an appropriate leadership style and analyze team members and stakeholder influence. So again, we look at that exam from 2020 in December. We're seeing that task 3 was about the stakeholder analysis. And if we think about those 49 processes, we know that there were 2 processes in initiating: develop your project's charter and identify stakeholders. Okay, so based on what we saw with this map, I think it's safe that you can go back, you can take a look at your videos on identify stakeholder in that initiating process group to map that back to people, lead a team, determine appropriate leadership, and analyze team members and stakeholder influence. I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe. We have more coming. Thanks so much.